Hey guys, so in this video, I'm going to share with you an ancient prayer technique that will literally permanently change the synchronicities in your life if you apply it consistently. So, hey guys, I'm Josh Faust. So here to support the awakening journey and applying these tools. So prayer as a technology, right, is about understanding that when you are speaking or you're thinking or you are using words as a way to guide your intentions or your vibrations, that prayer is a technology. It's not a form of wishful thinking. It is a form of shaping and forming your request or your ask to the universe. And so key to this mindset shift, right, is understanding that as we come to realize these ancient axioms, like I am that I am, is speaking to assuming the state. I am that I am. It's realizing that the divine is within you, and that as you become one with your prayer or your intention, you are assuming the vibration of that already being so. If you've heard this ancient prayer, or end of a prayer, and so it is, right, is saying that it is already so. And so, as you assume the state, you go through an identity shift, right? And we're going to get to this here in a second. Like let me first, before we get to, the actual tool, right? When I was first going on my journey of awakening back at the end of 2012, I grew up in Indiana, went to public school, and I was waking up to the illusion of the Matrix and realizing that I was not as healthy and that I was scattered in my own consciousness and felt very, very, very lost and didn't have a sense of direction in life. And I asked the universe what my purpose was. So I received a dream of walking down, it was literally a dream at night. I was walking down an endless street in the night with these street lights. And to me, it represented the kind of monotonous, old paradigm life of you're just getting by, you have no purpose. It's like not magical or whatever, And I'm walking down, I'm like, when's this mundanity gonna end? And I find myself at a bridge, all these cars are whizzing by, and this dude pulls up on a motorcycle and says, follow the synchronicities unceasingly and you'll be led to a new reality. And I get on the bike with this dude and ride out into a new reality where it's super connected to nature, right? And I wake up from this dream, right? And I described to the setting, it was really interesting, of where I arrived. It was like this little solar alco village out in the middle of like a desert side. And so I wake up from this dream and I literally had this feeling of like, oh my God, I know that it's time for me to take this journey. Like I have a purpose here and I need to absolutely pursue that. And I knew it was through my creativity and through the experiences and wisdom that I would have to share with others and, and that calling. And one thing that happened is I set out, before I set out on my journey, to leave, and I ended up going west and going to live in nature and connect and find my soul tribe and pursue my passions and my art and to learn more about these ancient spiritual understandings and like really dive deep into my own journey of meditation and healing and awakening. And one thing that happened is that I asked the universe to guide me, right? And I open myself and I put myself out of my old frame of perspective, because that's what those are, is when we get held into these old realities, because that's all they are, that we live in a quantum field of all these parallel realities right now. People are living in a full range of a spectrum across the vibrational scale of fear to enlightenment. And all it's happening on the world where people are living in different states of abundance or synchronicity or having more magical experiences. And when I put myself out of that frame of like, this isn't my life, this isn't who I am anymore, I assumed a new identity and in a way became an adventurer on this journey of awakening, and that I could be somebody who could live my purpose in life. I could be somebody that could have a magical life filled with synchronicities. And one thing that was shifted my perspective too back then, I read this book called The Celestine Prophecy by James Redfield. And it talks about this guy who's in his own life, and then suddenly an old ex-flame comes out, and she's like, dude, there's this manuscript in Peru, and all these crazy synchronicities go on, and he ends up learning about the laws of the universe and about energy, and goes on this crazy adventure. All these synchronicities are guiding him to heaven on earth, right? And I had that dream, and I realized that my life was a real life version of that. And as I went on that journey, I then met all of these other people that are a part of the whole shift in consciousness all over the world. And part of that dream I had back then was connecting with more like-minded people, connecting with my soul tribe. And I have had that experience. So I have gone from that place of not being understood, being empathic, overwhelmed, oh my God, I don't understand, I'm like all the programming, and into a magical reality, right? And into a place more connected and more like liberating your mind into higher states of consciousness, if you want to call it that. And, or just, having your own direct mystical experience and like creating your own meaning for your reality, and led me to places out in America like Sedona, where I live now. And I went and traveled for years and, discovered the transformational scene and all this stuff that I never even knew existed, right? Eco villages and transformational festivals and, people working with plant medicine and, people doing yoga retreats and all kinds of like all this, a more holistic and more magical life where I was guided by these synchronicities. So now I want to bring this to when you're shifting, it's like you're putting in a request. As you ask, it is given. So that is another ancient wisdom, right? As you ask, it is given. So we live in a quantum field. We live in a universe of infinite possibilities. And when we are like a tuner at a certain frequency, what many people try to do is they try to change the channel they're on. And that is not very effective because you have very little influence because you're trying to change these little things in your external reality. But when you change the station that you're on, when you change your vibration, you start to attract different synchronicities. Organize around your point of attraction in your reality. And that's how you change your reality. And so understanding this prayer as technology, you could also call it affirmation, is as you are asking and you're tuning into the reality where the answer or you're attracting the opportunities and the new ideas and the other people that are all a part of the co-creation of your dream reality, right? And you may have multiple dream realities, but let's just say your dream reality, like. And so one thing I wanted to bring this all the way back around to is that God's source is not outside of you, right? So in religion and stuff like that, people often get indoctrinated to pray to something outside themselves, as if like if you were a good boy or girl that God would like give you a treat. But no, you are God. everyone is God. And when you pray, like you're praying, when you pray, you're casting these intentions into your own subconscious, right? Because you are an extension or an expression of Creator. So the same laws and principles of creation apply to you. And, you know, God source or whatever, you could say it's like it's the larger self, the transpersonal self, the non-personal self. And that as our own subconscious or the deepest levels of our unconscious are, in a way, the body of the divine, because whatever seed is planted within that fertile ground or womb is then sprouts like a plant in a garden. And the more receptive we are and we create space or let go of what no longer serves us, the more easily those seeds and intentions are able to take shape within the consciousness and happen within our life, right? And again, this is another ancient phrase: as within, so without. So as you change your inner reality, the sanskaras and the patterns in your subconscious, dude, like totally shift your consciousness, like your freaking outer reality changes, because it's literally a mirror. And that is like the basis of spirituality as far as transformation goes. And so I want to bring this now, to a very simple tool of an affirmation that one can use. You can say it with me. I am open to the magical flow of synchronicities and opportunities in my life. Breathe in and tune into the vibration of that, being already so. Perfect events align themselves for the realization of my dreams and desires. Bring me signs and perfect guidance to lead me into the new reality. And as I attune into my intention, I release into the field of all possibilities, trusting that the answer and the manifestation will be returned to me in perfect timing. And so it is. And another powerful way is to write these down, right? So I am open to the magical flow of synchronicities and opportunities in my life. And now, so one thing you do is write that down, right? And now write yourself as the version of you that is in that reality. This is called scripting. Imagine what it's like. What does it feel like to be in a magical flow of synchronicity? What does it feel like to be guided? Like what's happening? Are you being led somewhere? Are you having this magical connection with someone? You're feeling this energy and it's really like deep, and like, are you having a new opportunity? Maybe a video blows up, or you get a new client, or whatever it is that you do. Like what's happening? And sculpt that and write that out. And because the more that you're wanting to assume the identity. And remember that, like, just prayer is a technology, right? We're bringing it, ending the video out. Is understanding that every single word you speak is a prayer. Okay, this isn't like, it's not complicated. It's like the affirmations, the prayers, the intention settings, the journaling, all this stuff, like language, and don't get too hung up on the words, because it's about the vibration. And these are ways that we can like tune our vibration. So to close out, take a deep breath, close your eyes, and tune into the version of yourself living in that magical flow of synchronicity. Living in that world of open-ended possibility, where everything is flowing together, aiding the creation of your dream life, coming into form. And now step into and assume that version of yourself. Feel in your body. What does it feel like to be on that magical journey? To be that version of yourself, having the things coming together for the success, for the magic, for the enjoyments, for the creativity. And now bring that energy into your heart. And now send that blessing out into the field and release it in full trust that is already taken care of. And now take one big deep breath in, and at the top say, I am that. And on the out, I am. And feel it settle. Feel yourself drop into the earth, into your body, into your cells. Ground that in. I am that. I am. One more. I am that. I am. And so mote it be. All right. Thanks for tuning in. And like and comment if you wish to contribute your energy to the dopeness of spiritual awakening so that other people can see this video on the algorithm. And please subscribe. I'm Josh Faust, or at least that's what they call me. And I'll see you on the next one. Blessed be.